Hello, friends. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Raj. Truly honored to have opportunity to speak with you today about a journey that affects each one of us deeply. Our journey through the realms of attachment. Today, we're going to explore what attachment really means, how it shapes our interactions and relationships, and importantly, how the art of mindfulness can guide us toward healthier and more fulfilling connections. Like many of you, I've experienced how the waves of attachment can sometimes gently carry us and other times toss us around. It's through mindfulness that I found my anchor. Uh, so let's begin to understand attachment. What type of attachments are out there? So let's begin. So attachment is the emotional bond that forms between us and others. It stems from our earliest relationships and evolves as we grow. These attachments can be secure, ambivalent, or also known as anxious-preoccupied, avoidant, disorganized attachment, or sometimes a mix of them. So, so let's talk about secure attachment. So secure attachment usually happens when typically children, development children who have been who experience constant responsive and caring interaction with their caregivers. And when they become adults, they're comfortable with intimacy and independence and relationships. They're able to trust partners and maintain emotional balance. And with secure attachment, people also communicate openly and express their feelings effectively and tend to have long-term stable relationships. Anxious, preoccupied attachment, or also anxious ambivalent, uh, it usually happens often results from inconsistent caregiving, where the child's needs are sometimes met and sometimes ignored. Some of the characteristics of this can be seen in adulthood as crave closeness and intimacy, but often fear rejection or abandonment, may become overly dependent or clingy in relationships. Highly sensitive to partners' actions and moods, often taking them as indicators of health of the relationship. And they also struggle with the self-esteem issues and have intense emotional response to relationship stress. And then the dismissive avoidant attachment usually develops from when you're a child, from caregiver who are emotionally distant, dismissive, or unresponsive to child's needs. And the characteristics of these can be seen in adulthood as a highly value independence and self-sufficiency, often to the extent of avoiding emotional closeness, view themselves as not needing relationships, and can be distant from non-committal, distance and non-committal. May have difficulty recalling personal details or emotions from past relationships. Often cope with rejection by distracting themselves. And then the fearful avoidant attachment, also known as disorganized attachment, usually stems from trauma or inconsistent, frightening, or chaotic caregiving in childhood. And this can be seen in adulthood. Some of the characteristics are they desire close relationships but have a deep fear of getting hurt and therefore avoid intimacy. Uh, and they also experience mixed feelings about personal relationships, swinging between closeness and distance, and they also struggle with trusting others and often have negative view of themselves and can exhibit unpredictable or erratic behavior in relationships. So now that we know what types of attachments are there, and so now let's talk about mindfulness, how we can use mindfulness to kind of work with the attachments. So mindfulness is a practice of being fully present and engaged with here and now without judgment. When applied to attachment, mindfulness helps us recognize our patterns in relationships and understand our emotional responses. For instance, when we feel anxious about a loved one's response, mindfulness teaches us to observe this anxiety without letting it overwhelm us. Now, navigating attachment mindfully means being aware of our attachment style and responding and not reacting to our emotions. It's about communicating openly, setting healthy boundaries, and practicing self compassion. One tip is to regularly check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I feeling in this relationship? Am I reacting out of habit or choosing my response? Uh, so the goal is not to change our attachment styles overnight, but to gradually cultivate more secure attachments. This means building trust in ourselves and our relationships, learning to balance our needs with those of others. Okay. Remember, each step towards mindfulness is in our attachment is step toward deeper, more meaningful connections. So, so basically, mindfulness attachments is about awareness, understanding, and growth. Okay, it's a journey of observing our patterns, understanding our emotions, and nurturing healthy relationships. So now let's do now practice this mindfulness meditation in regards to attachment. Okay. So begin by finding a comfortable and quiet place to sit or lie down. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to rise, and exhale slowly through your mouth with each breath. Feel yourself becoming more relaxed. As you settle into this space, acknowledge that this time is for you. It's a safe space where you can explore your feelings without judgment. So let's start by grounding ourselves. Feel the weight of your body against the chair, mattress, or the floor. Imagine roots growing from the base of your spine or feet, extending deep into the earth, anchoring you. This connection to the earth provides stability and strength. Now, gently bring to mind a situation where you feel or have felt a strong sense of attachment. This might be a relationship, a place, an object, or a situation. Notice how this attachment makes you feel. Is there a tightness in your chest, a warmth, a heaviness? Observe observe these feelings without judgments. As you hold this attachment in your mind, recognize the emotions and thoughts that come with it. There might be fear, anxiety, longing, or even joy. Allow yourself to experience these emotions fully, breathing into them and letting them be. Consider now the nature of this attachment. Ask yourself, what is it about this attachment that feels necessary or comforting? Are there fears associated with the idea of losing it? Understand that it's natural to form attachments, but also recognize that excessive attachment can lead to suffering. Imagine now that you're holding this attachment in your hands. Visualize it as an object or a light. See yourself examining it. Turn it over. Understand it. With each breath, imagine it becoming lighter, easier to hold. When you're ready, visualize yourself placing this attachment down. You're not throwing it away or rejecting it. You're simply setting it aside. Notice the sense of relief or space that comes with this act. Remember, letting go doesn't mean you lose the love or memories. It simply means you're reducing the power it has over you. In this space of detachment, turn your attention inward. Recognize your own worth and strength, independent of this attachment. You are complete, just as you are. With each breath, invite feelings of self love and independence. Feel these qualities filling you up, providing you with comfort and confidence. As this meditation comes to an end, start to bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently move your head from side to side. When you feel ready, open your eyes. So remember, friends, this journey with attachment is ongoing. So be kind to yourself and know that each step you take is part of your path to emotional freedom and strength. So recognizing one's attachment style can be an important step in understanding personal patterns in relationship. So people often seek therapy to explore and address issues related to their attachment styles, especially if it's causing distress in their personal life. So therapy can help in developing a more secure attachment style by processing past experiences and learning new ways of relating to others. So thank you for joining me in this space on this podcast. We'll talk sometime next week.